Hello there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, September 29th, almost the end of September. Unbelievable, but it is the case. And I'm here live with you, and I have a cute card project to show you. Let me just zoom in here for a second. And here is the card that I made last week. It was not live. Oh, here, let me just put it on. Here we go. It wasn't live because I had, there we go. I had a wedding to attend to and I made a card like this. And so I had a few of you check out my replay, so thank you for that. And what I do is I like to do a draw of the card that I made the week before. This week. So what I'm going to do is do a draw. Anyone who liked, comment, or shared this card or that video will be entered into the draw. I will put a link in so you can see the video if you've missed it. That would be great, and I will do that. So hello, Nicole. She's finally getting to a live after 2 weeks. Yes, and I wasn't actually live last week either, even though there was a video. I hope you had fun at TIFF. That's cool. Hello, Janice. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let me just share my screen here and get on with the draw. So like I said, I have less people here than normal to do the draw from. So if you watched and you commented, you have a really high chance of winning. All you have to do is be Canadian and not a demonstrator, and you can win. Elizabeth Bennett, she says she loves the wedding nails. Oh yes, they're still on too. Well, actually, it's my own nails, so but the polish is still on. Elizabeth Bennett, you win this card. I hope you have a wedding where you can use it. So let me just stop the share here for a second. And if you want to get in on the draw for the card that I'm making this week, all you have to do is comment, like, or share, and then you'll automatically be in there. Hey, Beth's there. Yay! Beth, you won the card. Okay, so let me pop over to the stamp desk here. And hello to Cheryl and Kay as well, who's also joining us. So I'm going to be using 2 stamp sets today. They are called Circle Sayings and Heartfelt Hexagon. And you might have noticed that they're part of the World Card Making Day, which is coming up on October 7th. That's not this weekend, but next weekend. Yes, I know it's Thanksgiving, but it is an international day, and so it is the same for everybody, even the people who don't have Thanksgiving next weekend. And part of the supply list, so it's free. It's a free event put on by Stampin' Up. I'll make sure to put links and stuff in here. There is a spot on my website that you can see all about it. But they're making cards with circle sayings, earthen textures, and heartfelt hexagon bundles. So hexagon, can't say that word. So I thought I would demonstrate with this. In fact, the card I made last week did use this stamp set right here. So, and the hexagon punch, which is right here. So you can check that out. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that if you purchase any one of these bundles, then I'm going to send you for free the the cut papers for all 3 of the cards that they're making on World Card Making Day. So I'll notice it in your order basket when you ordered it. If you're ordering online or if you're emailing me, of course, I'll notice it, and then I'll automatically send those to you. I don't care when this month you order this. If you don't make the October 7th and just watch the replay, which you can totally do, then I'll still send you those 3 things. So when I say this month, September's pretty much over, so we'll say anytime in September or October. If you've ordered those, one of those 3, then I'll send you the supplies. And so just make sure to register for this event. I think you don't actually have to register, but there's a link if you want to, and then you'll get a reminder and stuff. But anyway, so that's what that's all about. I have a couple of other reminders. Yeah, I'll just do them now. 12 Weeks of Christmas. If you're not already on my newsletter list, just go to stampwithjen.com and get on there, because that starts on Tuesday every week for the 12 weeks leading up to Christmas. And yes, that is true. It's almost 12 weeks to Christmas. You'll get a project, cards, gift ideas, wrapping ideas, all stuff you can make. So make sure you get on that. The truck punch was out of stock for quite a while, but is now back in stock. So if you love this little bundle, Trucking Along bundle, it's now available. And that's the World Card Making Day. Okay, that's all the announcements. Hello, Vila. And Janice says, I can't wait for the card day. And hello, Nan, too. Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm going to start with this cute little cupcake. You've probably seen me make stuff with this before. But a cupcake is just a great stamp set to have for birthdays. And this is from that circle saying. So I'm just going to stamp that. And I'm going to stamp the Blackberry Bliss as well. This is also part of that saying. Or say that oops, turn off my light. That stamp set. Apparently I don't have words today. Here we go. Do you ever have days like that? Here we go. I'll close that up. And I'm going to color this. So I have a reason for my colors here, which I'll show you in a little bit. So my colors are, fingerprint already there, Bubble Bath. I keep turning off my light. I've just changed my light setup a little bit. And this may not work because it's right near my elbow, which keeps getting it. So I'm going to use my blends markers. Make sure I can see here. I will hold it up after I've colored it because I know it's a little bit smaller on the screen right now. So I'm just using the brush tip and I'm coloring all of this with the light blends marker. I love the blends markers. They're alcohol markers from Stampin' Up! And they just give a nice smooth look. And then I'm going to take the dark and I'm just going to go over, the artist has actually put some little lines on here where it might be darker. So I'm just going to follow along those lines. And then I'm going to add a little bit maybe along the bottom and the sides where it might be darker. That beautiful pink icing for that. Okay, and I'll look and see what your comments are in just a second. We're going to color the cupcake itself with crumb cake. And I'm just going to use the bullet tip just because it's a really small area here. This is a nicely baked vanilla cupcake, let's say. I don't actually need the dark one. And then we're going to do Blackberry Bliss, except for I grabbed the wrong color. Hold on a second. Let me grab the right one. Somewhere in here. Here we go. That was Berry Burst, which actually would have been really nice too, but I decided to do Blackberry. So this is Light Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to color that. I always just like to do a little bit of an outline first, and then sort of color it in. I'm hoping my dog doesn't bark today because he's here, and I give him a bone right before this live so that hopefully he's nice and quiet. Oops, I still went out of the lines. See, I can't talk and color at the same time. You ever find that? Okay, so that's a nice dark color. So of course you can take your color lifter. This is the color lifter, and you can go out of the lines right there. And I can just rub that. It basically just pushes that color back into the paper. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. And now I'm going to take the actual, find it. Here we go. Here's the dark. All my purples. I love purples, if you didn't know that already. And I'm just going to draw some of these lines on here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it a little darker near the bottom where it might have more shadows, little edges of the cupcake holder and the side. And I guess I should probably just do this little part too. Okay, so super cute little cupcake. Love the colors. Looks like a fun little cupcake. Okay, so I have here, get all these out of the way. I'm going to take this out of the way. I have a reason in a minute. I have those same colors here in strips. Now these are 1-inch strips. Let's see, do the markers come as a set or individual? They come in a package of 2, the light and the dark. So here's the Bubble Burst, and it is light and dark. That's how they come. Hello, Ruth. Could you use the color lifter to get rid of the fingerprint at the top? I totally could, but it doesn't matter because this is what I'm going to do. It might not erase completely, but I'm actually going to punch this out anyways. So let me just get this in here. And you can see that my paper's too big and I'm not going to get that centered. So all I have to do is take a pair of scissors. We'll just get rid of that completely. And I'm going to punch it out. Okay, so this punch comes, you can get it separately, or you can get it as a bundle with that circle sayings, okay? So that is the 2 3/8 inch punch. Okay, folks, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Beth said she can hardly wait for the 12 weeks projects as well. Awesome. Okay, great. Okay. So now, here comes the fun part. I'm going to take this piece, which is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece. So it's actually the exact mat, I'll use my bone folder, to fit on here like this. Okay, so I'm going to work on this piece. And I'm going to do something fun here. Get this out of the way. And I'm going to start, let me think, what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the crumb cake. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape on here. And then I'm going to lay this down on here. So the reason I don't want my paper there is because this might stick. And I want to be able to peel it up easily, okay? So I'm going to do that. And then let's go to the Blackberry Bliss. I'm just not sure how much tape, so I'm going to put lots here. And then I'm going to add a little, just leave about 1/8 of an inch border. Like so. So I cut two 1-inch strips, and I did the long version on the paper, so it's 8.5 by 11. It's going to be way more than I need for these cards, but it was just to make it easy to demonstrate this. This one's going to be really long, but you could probably sit here and make a couple cards by doing this. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one here. So same thing, 1/8 of an inch border. So isn't this a fun background? You could do this with design series paper too. Okay, so now I want to, let me see what I want to do next. Do I want to do another crumb? I'm going to go this way now, if it'll fit. And then I'm going to add, every time you do this, it'll always look a little bit different. I'm going to add this, and I'm going to go like this. I can see already it's going to be quite different than my original, which is totally fine. Okay, so now I'm out of strips because I'm ready to do crumb on the other side. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to cut these off. So I've got some extra bits to use. I only need the long bits for now, so that's all I'm going to cut. Okay. All right. Whoops. Didn't quite finish cutting that one. There we go. All right. So now, so I've got a cut end and a straight end. So I'm going to stick with the straight end, and I'm going to put tape on here again. And I'm going to make this one go this way. Okay. And then I'm going to do the Blackberry Bliss again. I'm looking for the end that isn't crooked. This one's going to go here. Okay, and same thing here. See, I haven't even touched this strip yet, but I want the nice end, so I'm going to do that. That should be enough. Ta-da. Okay, and then I want the pink to end this off. So you see, if I had had my paper there, I would have been sticking to this like crazy. So let's just... This one I want to get straight that way and that way. And a little bit more pink over here. Do you guys like this? Is this a cool background? Right here. Okay, so I'm not gonna, whoops, that one's not gonna stick right now. I need to cut it a bit shorter. It's because there's not much gripping there. Okay, so let's cut that one off first. And it's a little filly, but not much. I think I just knocked that one here. We'll put that one on at the end. And I will check your comments there in a second too. Okay. I'll cut this off. And I'm just using the paper snip scissors here. These are from Stampin' Up. They're nice and sharp. I keep one for cutting paper and one for ribbons. Okay, so that looks good. Yeah, we definitely need that little pink piece here. So you know what? I think I'm going to put the tape right here. Maybe I'll bring back in my scrap paper here. So that I can go right off the side of the paper here. Let's try this again. That is a cut piece. I can tell it's angled funny. And I just touched my light again. So you could put as many colors as you want on here, and you could alternate them in whatever way you want. See, I've got the crumb cake going together. I could have changed that if I didn't like that. So let's hope this stays on here. I'm going to hold it. You could glue any little tiny pieces. Now, see, there's a little bit left there, so I could add a tiny bit of crumb. So I might do that after, just a little tiny piece. I'll show you on another card that I have done. So let's see here what you guys are saying. Hi, Mark. How are you? Anna says it's a rainy day in Alberta, and your creations are always a day brighter. Oh, that's so sweet. Jenna says cute background, very different background. Vila says yes, it is very different, but it's a great way to use up a bunch of scraps, or if you just don't know what to do with a little tiny image. So let me make sure the card's going the right way. Yeah, I think it does need that little tiny bit in the corner of the crumb cake, but I'll fix that up later. Okay, so now I've got this image that I did already. And look what happened. It's now stuck. Yay. So it's going to go here. So if I had any boo-boos anywhere, I could use that to cover that up. And I'm going to take a piece of this pretty iridescent ribbon. It's got kind of pinky colors in it. And I'm going to flip this over. And a little bit of tape right there. And just catch that ribbon there. And ribbon scissors. And some dimensionals. The dimensionals will help hold that ribbon on too. And then there we go. And then I showed this little trick before. One of my team members showed it to me. She just used the bottom of the Take Your Pick tool to pull off those dimensions, the little stabby tool. Helps too if you either don't have nails or don't want to wreck your nails. So I'm going to put that over a little bit here. So, whoop, a little bit crooked. Pretty. So we're going to bling it up a little bit. We've got Wink of Stella here, and I do have a couple other samples to show you, so don't go away on me. And I'm going to add that to make it all sparkly. Matches the ribbon, plus who doesn't want a sparkly cupcake? And then I've got some of these gems here. These are the pastel. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Pastel adhesive back sequins. I can't read or talk apparently. They're pretty. There's gold, blue, and pink. And there's big ones and little ones. So I'm going to grab the pink ones. And oops, I got a little bit extra Wink of Stella there. We'll just smudge that. And I'm going to add them here. So there's a big one and a small one. And they're iridescent too, so they really match the ribbon. And then let's grab one more big one for right there. So let me just put this away and show you, and then I'll show you my other couple samples that I have too. Get all that out of the way. Okay, so here we go. Here it is. Here's the little Wink of Stella. Hopefully you can see a little bit of glitter there. So pretty. And here, I don't know if you can tell when that light goes out. I sure can. And then here is a blue version. So this one I did with Pool Party and Coastal Cabana and Early Espresso. And so same idea, a little glitter here. I used a different fatter white ribbon here and some Pool Party gems. So there we go. And then here's another one, not with the cupcake, and with different colors. This is with the Silly Goose stamp set. So I actually used 4 here. I only used this one strip once, but I just needed it to match the little frog here. And then we have the cute little goose in the pool ring and a different shape I used there too. So just to show you that you can take that kind of design and you can change it. So you can see this one is more upright and this one's more slanted. So that was why I ended up with a little spot. And you can see on this card here that I ended up adding just a teeny tiny little bit of blue because there was a corner, just like there is on this one. So I'll probably add just a teeny tiny little something there. Okay, so let me see what your comments are saying. Very pretty. I like the background. Nicole says easy to do. It is actually easy to do. Mark says it's sunny in BC. Nice. And Mark likes the idea. Anna likes the ribbon in the background. Yeah, it's a cute little, just little poof, right? A ribbon, just something. Janice says very pretty. I think I got them all. Yeah, so that's all for today. And I'm going to do a draw for the card that I made next week. So be sure to come back and join me for that. And by liking and commenting on the video, as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can be in the draw. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy October 1st. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.